Hello everyone. In this video, you're gonna learn about DOS and zone protection in Palo Alto devices. We need one Palo Alto. Palo Alto is here, web term. So I'm gonna use web term. So web term. We use management port for web term. And because these two labs are together, I'm gonna um, connect Ethernet 1/2 also for the next lab. So we need also web term switch. We need Ethernet switch here, and we need a Kali. Yes, this one acts like an attacker. And then we have a NAT cloud. Where is NAT cloud? NAT cloud. So basically, the Kali Linux received the IP address from NAT, and also Ethernet 1/1 receive an IP address from NAT. So both of them, Kali and this Ethernet 1/1, are in the same range. And I'm gonna connect this management to WebTerm, and also WebTerm Ethernet 1/2 is connected to this one. So I'm gonna enable the labels Ethernet 1/2 and 1/1, this switch, and the web term 1, web term 2. This web term is going to be 192.168.10.2. 10.2. Don't forget to set your DNS here. You need this DNS in the next lab. So 8888 is your DNS. I'm gonna start this one, and the web term. This one is for managing the firewall. So your IP address should be 192.168.0.2. Great, 02. And I'm gonna start this one. The Kali, I'm gonna assign 4096 meg RAM, and I'm gonna start this one. Acts like an attacker. DOS attack on interface Ethernet 1/1 today, and we set the DOS prevention here under Ethernet 1/1. So I think change the symbol. Can I change it to the attacker? Doesn't have that one. Uh, doesn't have attacker symbol. Okay. So that's good. Let's set the firewall. We, we haven't set the firewall. My firewall hopefully is ready. Admin, and set the password. What? What am I doing? Oh yeah, I create a new one. All right. So then we configure, because this one is, I repeat it many times. This one is 192.168.0.2. This one should be 0.1. So set device config first system type static. Static to change the mode to static mode. Set device config system IP address 192.168.8.0.1 net mask 255.255.255.0 and then commit your configuration. There you go. Firewall is ready. So next step is connecting to firewall. And so I mentioned this one. Let me write it here. This one is DHCP client. And also this one is DHCP client. It's receiving IP address from NAT. This one also from NAT. This one is 192.168 10.1/24. Yeah. So then this one is 10.2/24. Yeah, 10.2. And what else? This one was 0.2. Label them. That's better. So let's not this one, Webter. HTTPS 192.168.0.1. Okay. Except admin ABC add wanted refer. I set this password. So based on the document in page 1, we have 2 zones inside outside. I'm creating 2 zones. Assign 2 zone. Right. Ethernet 1/1 is DHCP client. So DHCP layer 3 default, and we have 2 zones, inside, outside. So I'm gonna create this one as outside because obviously this one is outside. Outside. So outside should be DHCP client. DHCP client. And yeah, this one is DHCP client. Ethernet 1/2 is layer 3 again. And default router default, virtual router default, and zone is inside. Inside, and IP version 4 is 192.168.10.1/24. Yeah, this one, I'm configuring this one. So great. And the next step is allowing traffic. So I'm going to configure this one. Allowing traffic from this zone, the outside zone, to inside zone. The attacker is trying to attack this interface, and we are allowing the traffic. So let's allow the traffic from outside to inside. Outside to inside. Source is outside. Destination is inside. Application. Yeah. All right. So far so good. So this is a basic configuration that we have here. I'm gonna commit this configuration. I think that's okay for now. And let's, right, let's go to Linux. And here, I'm gonna install Paint menu. Paint menu. What was that? We should install it from the internet, find it on the net, and then install it on Calibox. Do google.com, Paint menu. So the first one, this guy creates Paint menu, bash script. So you just download the code, download the zip file, it's here, and save it. And your file is going to be here. So extract your file, right click and extract here, and then go to your folder, right click and open in terminal. Open in terminal. I'm doing it slowly. If you're just following me, you can follow and reach me. Right. So do ls so you can see the Paint menu execution file is there. Yeah, ls. You can also ls-la to see that you have a permission for read write execution permission. So that's good. You can do just like this /paint menu, and then what is that? Okay. Then you have this software, this is script actually, not software. And we gonna select the second option, DOS, because we are doing DOS, denial of service. And we are selecting number 7. Number 7. Number 7 is UDP Flood. So we have different flood, you know that. TCP SYN flood. I think just we have ICMP flood, TCP flood, UDP flood, slow loris, and IPsec flood, Hamid flood. Yeah, we have that. Okay, then we select the UDP flood. Enter the target. So you go under your network and select dynamic DHCP. Your IP address is here, 192.168.122.240. 240. So this IP address, I'm gonna come back to my Kali box and enter this IP address, 192. Let me do it like this. It's better. You can see the IP address, both of them, 192.168.122.240. Port 80 is good. Love port 80. Enter random string. Enter random string. Just type whatever you like. And then interface I. The source is going to be your interface I. And we are flooding now the firewall. Let's go where to monitor and session browser. You should receive a lot of packets. Like it's coming. Look at this one. It's coming. Both of them are coming here. If I refresh them, they're coming. Yeah. All right. So this is something that we have. This solution is this. We have this kind of scenario that we are flooding the firewall and we need a solution. There is some solution here. You can go under DOS protection and add a DOS protection. We call it DOS protection. Source is the source of the traffic is coming from the outside destination to inside. So let's see what type of a protection we can have. Action, it can be deny, allow, or protect. If you deny the packet, it means that it will deny it forever. This means that from source outside to destination inside, always deny the packet. What do we don't want to deny forever. We want to protect. So we select the protect. Protection is different from denying. Denying is forever. Protection, it means that we can block it for like a specific amount of time and then allow the traffic. So a schedule like forwarding is obvious. You can have a schedule like um, um, a specific time or a specific day. You have a protection log forwarding. You can set it to send a log to another log servers that you have. This stuff we learn it after March break. We're gonna work with the logs a lot and sim product. Something that is very important here is aggregate and classified. What is the difference between aggregate and classified? Classified, it means that one source of IP address, like this Kali Linux, is attacking one destination IP address. So it's one by one, is one single IP address. So when you create a profile here as a classify, you can select the address as a source, destination, or source or destination, both of them. And the profile, let me open the profile. Profile is like this. You can set SYN flood or UDP flood profile or ICMP flood or other flood here, right? So each of them, if you enable each of them, they have alarm rate, activate rate, max rate, and block duration. So it means that this one, it means that if we receive 10,000 packet or 10,000 session, after that, it will trigger the alarm for us. And if we receive 40,000 sessions, then it will block our connection for 300 seconds. Does it make sense? It's a protection. And it is a single, as I mentioned, this one is a classifier. A single IP address is doing this, not group of PCs or group of computers. So if a single IP address reach to this threshold, 10,000, then it will trigger the um, alarm rate, or if it reaches to 40,000, it will block my connection for 300 seconds. So you can change this one. You can say, okay, if we have like 500 connection per second, and 500 connection um, rate per second, then if our maximum rate is 1000, then block my connection for 300 seconds. That's like this. You can play with these um, numbers. You can set your profile, my profile. So this one, it was for classified. Also, you have a resource protection. You can limit the sessions to 32,768. That's a maximum session that you can have. Or you can limit it only to, right? The maximum session should be 100, like this. So it's up to you, but you should consider that this one for large organization doesn't work. You should consider that if you have a lot of customers, they are doing shopping or they are requesting some services, you should do maximum concurrent session. Otherwise, your service always is down. Right, this one was for classify. For aggregate, aggregate means bunch of PCs, bunch of computers trying to attack, and you need a protection for bunch of uh, PCs or bunch of computers. So if we enable this one, let's say we have 10 computers, they are trying to attack one PC. So then this alarm is divided by 10. It means that if each of them send 1,000 packet or 1,000 connection per second, it will trigger this alarm. And if each of them send 4,000 connection per second, because we have 10 machines, um, then it will block for 300 seconds my um, connection. Does it make sense? So aggregate is bunch of group of computers sending. The number of a computer is important. Like if you have a 10 computers, then this number is going to be divided to 10 uh, between those computers. But classify is for only single IP address. So single IP address is sending 10,000 connection or 40,000 max rate connection per second. All right, so we're not going to configure, we always configure aggregate or classify, not both of them. And our scenario is single IP address is sending a packet. So classified makes more sense than aggregate. So this one is DOS. So I have configured that one. And what else I need? Also, there is another protection inside Palo Alto devices, which is called zone protection. And you can enable zone protection when you go under zone, click on outside, for example, and then we have this one, zone protection profile. You can create this profile. Click on new. So basically the same thing here. You can have a flood protection, scene, UDP flood, ICMP, yes, other IPs. Also reconnaissance protection. That one is awesome. That means that if someone is using Nmap, advanced IP scanner inside your network, and if you enable this one, TCP port scan, UDP port scan, you immediately receive an alert, and there are some interval and threshold for them. If you receive like 100 events, then you receive an alert in 2 seconds. So this is something cool for a network administrator. Large organization always has this feature because someone is doing port scanner, IP scanner, immediately they can understand who is doing weird and running weird software in the organization. So this one is awesome. And we have packet-based attack protection. So there are different um, attack scenarios. You have learned about a spoof IP address or fragmentation traffic. There are some others like a malform, someone is trying to put the trying to fragment the IP addresses. You know that the ping, um, when you try to call someone, um, use your voice is not interrupted, right? Fragmentation is like that. When you want to call Hamid, for example, your voice is like ha, me, uh, the, it's like this, right? So you fragment it and send it to victim machine. So the victim machine is going to be confused and receiving this type of traffic. But because um, the traffic is coming step by step as a fragmented, it cannot discard that one. So this is a kind of attack we have. So you can drop that one. This kind of attack is weird, right? So is it something that is weird? So you can drop that one. And TCP drop, like TCP scene with data. So someone used exfiltration inside the TCP packet. They hide some data and try to copy the organization data and send it through the ping to somewhere else. So TCP SYN with the data or TCP SYN ACK with the data. So these are the weird behavior. We can um, drop them. ICMP, ICMP ping, ID 0, ICMP ping fragment, large fragment. Like with a ping, you have a huge data. That's a large packet that you can drop them, or there are some other types, like someone is trying to discard or suppress, sorry, um, ICMP TTL. So you can again drop this kind of a weird behavior. IPv6 also we have some type of attack scenario. So you can do this kind of a protection. If you know some unknown protocol, so you can enable it here as a include list, or if you want to exclude that one, you can list it here. And the last one is Sgd protection. Ethernet Sgd protection is a kind of tagging, layer 2 tagging for um, layer 2 devices. So this part is very important for us, seeing and reconnaissance also very important. So you can call this one my zone protection and add it to your zone policy, and then commit your configuration. So now I have two protection, zone protection, DOS protection, right? So then my attack is running. I'm just waiting for this one to be committed. Yeah, because after initial bit, you reach to that threshold. If you reach that threshold after that, the sensor will be triggered. Boom. That's weird. So they're gonna block that. After that, you're not gonna receive any packet. That's something that you should see inside this session browser. Like my session browser is 1253. I'm gonna stop this attack and run it again. Was it 7? I think it was 7. and enter random string. I am gonna run it. So mine 12:53. Look at this timestamp here. 12:53. After that, after refreshing, you shouldn't be able to receive any new one, right? So you have zone protection and DOS protection. If you receive some packets and after that, again, after that time, you won't receive any new packet, that's okay because you have received that threshold in the 10,000 threshold. Mine was 500, so it was like a quick threshold. That's firewall understand that's more packets coming, so immediately drop the packets.
I hope this has been informative and thanks for watching.